We throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We in there. We throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We in there. We throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We in there. Throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like.
It's a pin a code, living on a killer code. Never tell me different stories when it comes to killer code. Everybody pin a fold, never tell me killer fold. Everybody coming from the hood on a kinapo. Everybody stacking by the same cause you never know the stories that are coming from the same plot. Living in a pin a fold. Yeah.
We throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We in there. We throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We in there. We throwing money in the airline. We in there. We jigging with a hammer, now we like. We in there. Coming with a scheme,
man, bit with the fofo. With the fo. Let's get it. In here.
I don't care, and the girls dancing everywhere. The bottle popping everywhere. The money everywhere.
Design everywhere. Designer everywhere. Wagwan. Alright, we can stop that. Wazam, YouTube, Wazam, TikTok, Wazam, not TikTok. Wazam, Instagram, IG Live. Wazam, Twitch Live. We're alive. Back again with another live stream about the money. About the money. So it's gonna be a Sunday money stream. I don't know. I gotta do these. No matter what life brings you, you still gotta, prepare for the markets. This live stream's theme is gonna be preparation and staying focused. It's gonna be preparation and staying focused because I feel like that's one of the hardest things. Hey, Wazam Spence, Wazam, welcome to the chat. Where you from? Drop your area code. I'll try to guess it. Where you from? But back to what I was talking about: preparation and staying focused. Wazam Bundy? Eat Dave's hot chicken. Ronnie, bro, that's not right. Not the PP. Yo, chill, man. We keeping it professional today. Today's a professional money stream, Sunday stream. And I just want to talk about the importance of staying prepared, getting prepared, and staying focused. Because I think that's what I've been dealing with trouble having. But really, it's not. I didn't have an issue getting prepared. It's more about execution too. So you can do those things, but you also got to work on execution. Execution, that's really important. So I know it's Sunday, it's late. I'm gonna try to go quickly. I know y'all probably do you like Canes? Bro, you gotta ask me about stock market questions. Don't ask me about Canes, man. Of course I love Canes. Y'all just trolling in my chat, man. Y'all trolling in my chat. That's funny. That's funny. Let me give y'all some soundboards. Just trolling. Give y'all another one. Let me see.
Emotional damage.
All right, but before I get into my live stream, I kind of want to shout out my socials, man. My socials, my platforms. I want to shout them out and go show some love to my socials. I've been grinding. I've been grinding. So check me out on YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and IG. So yeah, I've been putting in that work. And just wanna. But look at my comment, bro. If you don't chill out, yeah. So you want to join the nation of prophets, man? We're here, bro. We're gonna be the world's best. And one thing too, one thing I want to kind of point out is about my life, about this theme today is that you can't you can't figure it out in a short amount of time. This takes time. It takes consistency. It is this whatever journey we are on. We have to, it's a long journey. It's not, overnight journey. And if you want to do overnight, I'm sorry, that's fake. That's all fake. So let's get started though. I ain't gonna lie, I did not prepare as much as I wanted to. So I'm gonna be yapping more than anything. And I'm probably gonna be going back and forth, not, not getting the plot down. But let's get started though. So what's that, Foster? Hey man, you wanna be my chat yapping like that, bruh? Have you seen your Instagram comments? No, I haven't seen my Instagram comments, man. What's that? Why y'all up so late in my chat though? I appreciate it. Hey, drop a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if y'all in here, man. Drop a like. But yeah, let's get started. I'm about to yap. Should I yap or should I just get into it? Low key, I'm like trying to be quick because I can yap for a while, but I'm gonna keep you entertained. I hope I'm not getting roasted. I don't see any comments. I can see my live stream on IG, and if they're roasting me, that's good, man. Let them roast. I don't know. I can't really see anything. Nobody said anything on my IG. I'm live on IG too, so. But let's get started. So, kind of want to talk about preparation. The importance of preparing. And consistently being. Oh, not me. Oh yeah, IG comments be pretty tough. They be roasting. So like people on IG comment like other people, not like you. Oh, okay, I understand it, Thomas. Shout out Thomas, man. Hey, bruh, if you're in the chat, bruh, first of all, if you're in the chat and y'all feeling good, drop a 1 in the chat, man. Drop a 1 in the chat if y'all feeling good. If y'all having a great Sunday, man. It's Sunday. It might not be Sunday where y'all at right now. Y'all probably on the East Coast. Or y'all might not be in America. Drop the country where y'all from though. Drop the country where y'all from. But let me not get distracted. Let me try to stay locked in. So Money Sundays. So Money Sundays, I try to keep it very, very clean, very professional, and I try to get to the point right away. So let's get to the point. Preparation. Why is preparation so important? I'm gonna ask ChatGPT the importance of staying prepared and how to stay focused. But what? You can't even spell built right. What? You can't even spell built right. Chill on that, man. I'm gonna start these negative comments, man. I need to chill on that, bro. But the importance of staying prepared, and staying focused. So my thing is like with trading stocks or investing, you gonna have to constantly kind of have like a reset day. And I feel like for me, my reset days are literally during the weekend. I take time away from trading and I just kind of like trying to enjoy life. But throughout the week, that's what I'm locked in. I'm trying to stay focused, but sometimes it gets a little too overwhelming because when price moves, and it can be hard like seeing price moves and having that fear of missing out a little bit kind of can kind of discourage me a little bit. Not discouraged, but I can say kind of can be overwhelming because I'm looking over. I'm like, I got a lot of stocks on my watch list, and I'm just constantly trying to stay locked in. And I should definitely cut back on the amount of stock I watch that I'll be watching. But definitely feel like I missed up on opportunities because my lack of focus. But it's not even really like on me. It's really like life wise too. I feel like life can come at you fast and not fast. I'm not gonna say fast. Life can be just lifing. Life can be life, and you can just get distracted. You can, you know, have other priorities in life, and you can be busy with work, and trading can take a back burner. So it's tough to fully stay focused unless you're doing this full time. That's the hard part about trading is that it's gonna require you to focus. It's gonna require you to make the right decision. And with trading, you are low key a CEO because the decision you make is gonna directly impact your P&L. It's gonna directly impact how you feel emotional wise, especially when not winning or you are winning. You're gonna be feeling happier when you're winning. When you're losing, you're gonna be not feeling the best. So that's the importance. And I feel like to even stay focused, you're gonna have to prepare better because it's harder to stay focused if you're not well prepared. Does that make sense? I'm just yapping right now. Nobody in the chat got something to say? All right, dang. But the better your preparation is, the easier it is to focus. And the worse or lackluster your preparation is, it's way easier to lose focus. So, low-key, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm just yapping right now. I love to yap. I love to yap. I've been yapping for like 10 minutes. But key factors. If you want to stay focused longer in the stock market or when you're trading, investing, whatever you do, you have to have good preparation. And if you want to stay focused, it depends upon how well you prepared. And if you you can't half-ass success in anything you do in life. If you want to be a great YouTuber, TikToker, whatever you do, best dancer in the world, you must prepare in a way that it's really, I don't know, it's like you just got to prepare. I don't know how you do it, but for stock market, for investing, I can tell you is mark up your charts, read the news, read what's going on, or what happened the week prior and what to expect the next week. So that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to kind of do some preparation. That's why I call this stream Money Sundays, because money is made through preparation. The bread is made through preparation. Like even like sports teams, you can see they practice more than they play games. They practice during the summer off season. They have morning workouts, evening workouts. It's all about how well you prepare. And if you want to stay focused, just prepare better, practice, do it over and again. And it's not gonna come within a week. This can take years. This can take months. And that's the thing. We are in a generation. We're in a society where we want shit now. We see people. The problem, we just see people who already got it, and we think like, okay, I want it now. If you want it now, hey, go sell your soul. But you want it now, it's not gonna happen. You're gonna deal with failure that those people already have it. So, and you got to learn how to even deal with failure. You got to prepare yourself for that. So, let's get started because I'm yapping a little too much. I'm kind of everywhere. I didn't really prepare the best, but I wrote down some notes, some key points before I get into it. I wrote down some key points. I wrote down some key points to kind of get this whole thing wrapped up in one. Pretty much. Dang, I really did not prepare. I'm struggle shit, man. Let me do a little mental reset. Okay. So I wrote down some notes to pretty much drive the point home. There we go. I wrote down some notes to drive the point home. So just preparing yourself in trading is very important. Staying focused. Even though like life is gonna happen, like you can't control what how life affects us. But guess what? It's still important to try to stay focused as much as possible, and just know that life is like we are on a market structure. Life is like a market structure. There's gonna be ups and downs, but guess what? We gotta make sure we gotta force ourselves to make sure that we are on an upward trajectory. So that means that's when the preparation will come in. Because if you don't know where you are or where you are headed towards, you could be stagnant in life. So prepare yourself for a upward trajectory. Always work on improving and becoming better every day. It's not guaranteed either. That's the thing. That's the sad part. Like, you can do the right things in mind. Not, I'm not gonna say it's guaranteed if you put in the right amount of work. But the thing is, life can, end tomorrow. So that's what I mean when I say it's not guaranteed. Like, it's not guaranteed, but we always gotta work towards that, better improving ourselves. Even like, you gotta look at yourself like a corporation. They always are looking to improve and make more. You gotta look at yourself like that. Why am I not improving and I'm not making more? And if it's, you gotta like analyze yourself. Analyze yourself on a monthly basis, quarterly basis, semi-annual basis, and annual. Just look at yourself and like, look, am I improving? Am I getting better? Am I, doing what I gotta do to, become better? And if not, that's on you to look at your life and analyze it and see what you want to be the next 5 years. Because time moves fast. As an adult, I just left college like 3 years ago. I graduated college 3 years ago, and it didn't feel like 3 years have passed. So just know life comes fast, and if you don't prepare yourself to improve and get better, it's gonna come by, and you're gonna be in the same position you were in without, you improving or getting any better. So that's my key point to drive home, is to just prepare for greatness, prepare to be better, prepare for hard work, prepare for challenges, prepare for failure, prepare for even, success. You have to prepare and you have to stay focused. It's easier to stay focused if you prepare well, and the thing about preparing, you can plan things out, but they're not going to work out because that's God's plan. That's why we always, gotta live in God's hands. Some things we're just not in our control, health and a lot of things. So that's it. I just for like 20 minutes. Hope, y'all got some out of that. But let's get into the money moves, man. Let's get into the money moves. Man. So, one thing I preach is utilizing your tools, utilizing technology to become better. So I use ChatGPT to I ask ChatGPT for a weekly fundamental summary. And if I want, deeper, I want deeper, like, news or deeper, and I just want deeper understanding of something, I'll go look for it, through my other websites. So let me actually shout out the websites. Low key, I'm down and I'll support 100%. Oh, this week is a slow week. The only news that's coming out is unemployment claim. So shout out to Forex Factory. It is a kind of news site. I look at it as a news site. It kind of drops US. You can filter out for any country you want. It drops all of the economy news, and it's good to know what's the economy is going through, especially if you want to invest and trade. And then another fire website, it is Stock Analyst. This is a really good site. Kind of gives you the balance sheet, the financials, and it gives you like, I don't know, it gives you almost everything you want from, if you want to dig into a company, see how they're doing on a monthly, a quarterly and annual basis, if they're earning money, if the cash flow is bad, if the balance sheet is bad, where they have too much liabilities, not enough assets, or investors equities not great. This is something you need. I think these are the top 3 sites I use. Is Earnings Hub 2. This is great. It kind of helps me keep up with the earnings. Even though I need to be better throughout the week and checking the earnings. HIMS. So like, look, I'm getting distracted already. I'm looking at like all the earnings already. But these are the top 3 sites you must use. Earnings Hub, get all the earnings. Forex Calendar, you get all your economic eventful news. Stock Analyst, this website provides the most detailed financials you need for any stock, and you can look throughout annually, quarterly, or trailing 12 months. So that's fire websites you need. And I use ChatGPT to kind of summarize it. Let's say I'm not feeling like, doing my research. Well, I'm not gonna say feeling, but I don't need to waste hours and hours doing research, because that's when it gets to the point where I lose focus because I'm not, I'm too busy doing research. That's the thing. You gotta prepare yourself. If you're doing too much research, you kind of you lose track of how to trade or what our stock is doing, because you're not really looking at you most of the time you're reading other people's opinions. And me noticing that other opinions, everybody got opinions. Everybody got buttholes, and that's our opinions. That's how I look at stock opinions. Because I've seen, I've seen, um, I've seen stocks have, the best fundamental news, or people were talking about, oh, it's great, it's gonna be great, Apple's gonna come back, and then that stock ends up going and getting cooked forever. So that's how I look at it. But I utilize your tools, man. Utilize your tools, and then we are on the internet. Everything is like literally all the websites I just said. They are free. They're free. They're free. So do not, this is opportunity. Like, why you not taking advantage of it? Like, there's so many. If you whatever you want to do, and you live in the States, whatever you want to do, you want to put your mind to, you can do it. Like, everything is free. Everything is free, yo. Like, you got free websites willing to help you to get better. You want to do Instagram, you want to do be a content creator. There's YouTube videos showing you how to edit, showing you how to find trends and all that. Like, there's even like websites to edit your shorts for you. So it's amazing, and there's no excuse for you to not, put in work. And again, you're not going to figure it out overnight. You're not going to figure it out over a month, or sometimes not. It's going to take you a year to understand it. But once you put in consistent work over a long period of time, you will figure it out. You will get traction, and you will be better at your job or whatever you do. And that's how I look at trading and investing in this content creating and live streaming. So I get better every time I get on the mic. But let's ask the ChatGPT what happened last week. Even though like tariff what happened? Something with tariffs. The tariff I know that like some tariffs drop August 1st on Friday, and the stock market showed so what happened last week in the stock market. Look, I utilize ChatGPT. It tells me what happened. Kind of gives me a summary. Even though I'm tracking like individual stocks, this is like a summary of what's going on overall. So key performance index. I'm not gonna read those numbers. You can see those yourself. So there was a decline in the job data. So the July employment report showed only 73 jobs added. Why? Prior months were sharply revised lower by about 200 and 260K jobs, signaling a meaningful slowdown in labor market momentum. Oh no. And then the fresh tariff action. There we go. So President Trump signed sweeping new tariffs, 10 to 40% on dozens of U.S. trading partners, including a 25% on India, South Africa, 30% on South Africa, 35% on Canada, with effective dates set for August 7th. This rattled the markets amid uncertainty over implemented and political global fallout. Oh, okay. So that's why we have some new tariffs get signed off, and that drove the market. But to be honest, I want to say, bro, the market was at all-time highs. Like, if you gotta think about it, a lot of stocks were all-time highs. You go even on the Dow Jones, like index, we were all-time high, or near all-time highs, QQQ all-time high. So we definitely gonna see some pullback, and this is a great opportunity for, if you're a short-term trader, you want to get into like some sales. This is a great opportunity to get into them. SPY, look, we go back to support. This daily, that's a daily support. It's not even a resistance no more. Actually, let me clear these charts. Actually, should I clear them? Go Z. Go big. I'm gonna clear this one because I can, like, draw it up better. Always improving. Even the way I mark up my charts, and y'all seen me improve, like, for the past even this year alone. Like, the way I chart up is completely different. The way I analyze them, a stock is way different. It's just, that's growth. And I know I'm on an upward trajectory, because not every day I'm gonna feel like, oh yeah, I'm doing great, but I'm on an upward trajectory. And there's a new tool. I don't even use indicators like that. I'm not like an indicator fan, but I think this indicator helps me, like, kind of look at what kind of trend the market is on. Let's get it. And it's really fire. It just marks up the highs and lows, and that's how we get our support resistance. And I love this. I love this indicator. Even though I'm not a big fan of indicators that be lagging, but this one, it kind of prepares you for the future. It's kind of like a preparation tool. So that's why I'm really digging it than any other indicator. I'm gonna get into that. Let me actually write a note. Let me not forget about that. I will talk about it. So yeah, indicator for later. Ooh, look at that. It's called indicator for later. But look at me just, already getting distracted looking at certain prices. But I was talking about, we were all-time highs, and I feel like the market kind of needs an excuse why to pull back, and why banks are, selling off at the top, and getting out. And then, tariffs are kind of scary. It costs more, like, it can raise the cost of living, or it can just, the thing is about companies, they'll never pay for those expenses, like taxes. They make sure we pay corporation taxes. Even, let's say, like inflation, that price gonna hit us. If inflation, if their goods cost more, they're gonna increase the price of their goods. That's how you gotta look at these companies and tariffs. So you gotta think about it, like, if it costs more for your iPhone to get here, right? Your iPhone is gonna cost more. If your iPhone costs $1,000 now, if they put a 40% tariff on it, that iPhone is gonna be $1,400. That's a $400 increase, and they are not gonna pay that. That's how their a corporation's job or goal is to increase profit year over year, quarter over quarter. So they will make sure that, hey, we see that you are paying for this iPhone at this certain price. And let me tell you about how inflation and how it works. If they see you purchase the iPhone for $1,400, and prior it was only $1,000, but they see you were still purchasing that price at $1,400, and then let's say the tariff goes away, that 40% tariff goes away, they're not gonna go back down to $1,000. That iPhone is going to stay at that price because they see that you are willing to purchase it at that price. So that's a new standard. That's how it works. I learned that the hard way. I was like, I asked the question in a financial meeting. I was like, okay, I know, like, we're going through, like, our inflationary impacts, and we gotta increase the price of a certain good. So what are we gonna do after the inflation goes down? Are we gonna increase our prices? Because we're currently increasing prices to meet the inflationary needs. But I was told, look, once we see that the industry standard has increased to that whatever price point, they will never go back down. Like, that's why look, the prices you had in 2021, 2020, 2019, those prices not coming back, because we, the consumer, set the standard. We set the standards. The only way we know, like, to tell, like, we can set the price back down is what we if we don't purchase if a price increases, and that would never happen because people, always gonna need whatever they're gonna need. They're gonna need their luxury and whatever they gotta buy. So that's me yapping again, man. I'm just yapping. And it's already been 30 minutes. That's crazy. That's crazy. I only got like a few minutes left. I only got like 10 minutes left. But um I hope you're learning something while listening in. So I'm gonna skip to the bottom line. So last week, market marked a pullback for U.S. equities. SPY, Dow, and Nasdaq dropped about on average 2%, 2.5%, and labor market softened. Then there's the escalation of tariffs. Technical signals fueled for decline. But there's a spike in risks. And then there's some, what else? What else? Would you like? No, I want no breakdown, but yeah. So the tariffs dropped in. There's definitely labor market softened. So that's like not a good sign for the economy. Technical signals fueled the decline. Okay. But as investors and traders, we gotta just look for the next opportunity, and we cannot be scared while everybody's scared, because we're gonna probably see some pullbacks for the next couple months or weeks, and then August. Historically, August is a bad month. There's always pullbacks around August. I can definitely prove that. Let me go on a monthly scale. So let's look at 2024's August. Look at that. Look at this. You see this? Let me go on the weekly. August, man. Let me find August, 2024 August. Boom. Oh, actually, it was a little pullback, but August is always like, there's always pullbacks. And you see, even on the candlestick, there's always going to be pullbacks. We don't know how big these pullbacks going to be. And look, you even look on the chart, we were seeing a bearish engulfing. So I'm definitely looking for sales. Overall, my mindset, I'm looking for sales, especially on these SPY and QQQ outlook. But let me look at the Mag 7. The Mag 7, NVIDIA definitely had a pullback a little bit into the resistance points. So the highs, Amazon had a great, literally, they reported $5 billion over the estimate earnings, right? And their stock price dropped. Let's see. But the tariffs are definitely a reason. Stock dropped 8% that day on Wednesday. Was it Friday? Yeah, Friday. So that's crazy. But let's see what the latest updates from TradingView says. Amazon cloud unit grew. Amazon expects a reduction in its U.S. tax due to new tax law, which impact companies' financials. Okay, I think this might be. Okay, so Amazon Meta platform. Actually, get that. So Amazon and the Meta platform said U.S. tax to drop due to new tax laws. Information. Can I get more information? Let me just ask ChatGPT. Let me copy this. See, you gotta utilize your tools. Utilize your tools. You're as good as how well you use your tools. You can give someone some tools and they don't know how to use them. They're not great. For example, if you give somebody who don't know how to work on a car some tools, it's not going to be great. But if you give a mechanic who's been working on cars forever, they're going to fix your car easy. Amazon tax laws affecting the stock. I can Um. Okay. So, boom. New federal tax incentive boost AI and capital investment engine. In July 25, administration enacted on one big beautiful bill, which allows immediate depreciation of capital investments. This policy is expected to generate roughly $49 billion in cash flow improvements for major tech firms, including. So why is it going down? If this is the big beautiful bill, including Amazon, it's designed to accelerate investments in AI, warehouses, and cloud infrastructure, highlighting long-term upside potential for Amazon and logistics expansion. NVIDIA is positioned to benefit the most, but Amazon's scale and AI push almost sustained gain. Okay. The stocks tariffs ahead. So starting in the early 2025s, the U.S. sweeping a 10 to 40% imposed on tariffs from China to Mexico. These tariffs affect a large portion of Amazon retail inventory and reduce profit margins, especially for the third-party sellers who rely heavily on imports. Amazon's operating income guidance for was trimmed due to, okay, so that's why the stock went down. Really was tariffs. I don't know why. Yeah, that's why you gotta do more research. This was telling us, oh, the tax laws, blah blah blah. No, reason why the guidance is going down due to the tariffs impacting sales for Amazon, which makes sense because like they are more like delivery services and they rely heavily on imports and stuff. So them tariffs going to affect Amazon's profit margins. Apple also did great with earnings in Q2, but let me see. This is why it's important to do your research, because whatever I'm seeing on TradingView is not telling me the full story. Well, it's not summarizing correctly, because oh no, so Berkshire Hathaway cuts its Apple stake by 2/3 in 2024, continuing to sell about 7 billion equities in the Q2. Holy crap. So one of like the biggest investors, they really like cut $7 billion in equities in the second quarter of 2025. Bro, Apple might be cooked. This means something though, like, and then in 2020, Apple reported a $95 billion last quarter, 5% growth increase. Okay, Apple's credit card may shift from Goldman Sachs to JP Morgan Chase due to partnership issues potentially affecting core card, which depends on Apple. See, my guy, I'm just gonna, let's see. This is what let's look up Apple Inc. Let's look up Apple Inc. Stock. What did I ask earlier? I kind of forget. What did I ask? Stock drops after earnings. Why? Okay. So, why did the stock dip after strong earnings? Tariffs, yep. That's what I guess. I don't know why. See, you gotta do better, TradingView. Apple incurred $800 million in tariff related costs during Q3 and anticipate about $1.1 billion next quarter. Holy moly. And then AI lag compared to competitors. So while Apple continues investing heavily in AI, including promising improvement to Siri by 2026, analysts remain skeptical about its place relevant to its peers like NVIDIA and Microsoft. Concerns over Apple's slower innovation and strategic Yeah, segment. Okay, challenging macro backdrop. Apple's strong earnings were overshadowed by broader markets, headwinds. A weak labor market reports just okay. Muted market reaction. Even though Apple beat expectation, reporting a $94 billion revenue, a 10% year over year. Uh, Earnings per share, stock rose roughly in after hours, reflecting mixed investor segment. Final take Apple. Okay, well, I'm getting too deep. I'm getting too deep. I am losing focused. I am losing focus. So what I'm gonna do, I am going to quickly analyze the Max 7, and once I analyze those, I'm gonna call it a stream. I've been yapping. I love yapping to y'all guys. Oh no. I love yapping. But let me analyze this real quick. Let's start off with Tezzy, man. Dang, Tezzy be going through it for the past few months, man. Elon beefing with Trump. That's something to look out for. Now you don't want your CEO to be beefing with a president. I don't know. That's kind of not smart. But hey, you tell me. I'm not a billionaire, so he's probably doing a lot more right things than I am. So I'll tell y'all that for sure. And then my new AI. Okay, let me talk about this indicator, man. It's gonna help y'all mark y'all support and resistances better because it just marks the highs and the low. And that's really like the point of me marking support and resistances is just to show where price is weak and strong at, and just show where price is very strong. So it just indicates what parts of dang, I can't speak. Dang, this is why I should have prepared better. But it just indicates the reason I mark up support and resistance, it just shows strong price points. Every time I know when price gets to this area, it's gonna be very versatile, it's gonna be moving very frequently. So that's why I mark up my strong and resistances. Oof. That was a better take, huh? No? All right. Um oh, all right. All right. So going back to so this is a good I like this area. See now I'm like with this indicator, it just helps me show like where my strong area is at, where price is definitely supporting and resisting, you know what I'm saying? So drop that right there, looking clean. And then we can see that I don't have a clear resistance, but price is steadily failing, steadily creating lower lows, steadily creating lower lows. Let's go on a 4 hour. Let's see if we can find opportunities to get in or get out. I don't know. If you were invested or not. But this level right here, prices failed to break this level right here. Right, this level. Boom. Okay, we see it. And then we can it's like a 4 hour resistance. We got a daily support. So it's a clear, but we also seeing a decrease in price. Like we're making lower lows. So we're on a downtrend for sure. But will price break this 288 level? And you know what? I'm gonna set. Let's see what's on the 1 hour too. Yeah. Man, this indicator is fire. It just shows me, really, it just makes it easier for me to mark out my support resistances. But yeah, moving on to Meta. But like, I don't see any opportunity unless you you wanted to sell, you could have definitely sold at key levels. Like I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't trade Tesla at the moment because there's no like clear trend. But the trend is clearly down. You know, if you want to make money, you can just definitely sell. But trend is definitely clearly just downward. We're not breaking any highs. We're just going on the lows. But shout out to Meta. Let's go to Meta. Meta gang, Facebook gang, Instagram gang, you know, just Threads. I don't know who freaking uses Threads, but you need to go to jail if you use Threads. But here's what's going on with Meta. Definitely seeing, you know, continuation on the upside on a weekly candlestick. But if we go on the daily, man, it's kind of looking crazy. There's a lot of volatility. We had strong earnings, beating earnings, our revenue by $2 billion. We beat earnings by 21%. Definitely pushed the market to new levels. But this is a key. This excuse me. This this 740 level is very, very key. But I don't know with the current market. I don't know what the market. I don't have any opportunity right now because we just broke, you know, these expectations. Like market after earnings, price jumped, created the biggest gap, literally a 80 point gap. But we've seen some pullbacks. Maybe we might be able to fill in this gap, but trying to find opportunities. Definitely gonna mark this up right here. You know, price definitely is a good support right here. Looking good. Also, I'm gonna mark this up right here. But you see how price was making lower lows and then earnings popped off? Something to watch out for, man. That's how crazy it could be. Now let's do a resistance. Right here. I like this resistance level. I like where price is at currently. Not bad, but not great either. Not a lot of opportunity. Maybe prices reverses at this level. We're just gonna have to see. Now Apple, man. Apple be getting cooked. No. Reset. Yeah, Apple's not had a great month either. 4th of June. This is the July. Oh, yeah. So Apple's not been showing great. Not been looking great for Apple. You know. Look at this. Wow. This was one of our support levels too. We had a big support level right here. This 195 level. This Apple just continues to fail to break this 215 level. But on a smaller time frame, I was looking at this right here, this support level right here. Actually, I need to use Alt T. There we go. Let me use my key binds, man. Boom. Okay. On a smaller time frame, see. Look, yep. Support level broke through. I don't know. Might see some pullbacks all the way back to this 195 level. Trade cautiously. And but y'all, let me tell y'all, this is all entertainment. This is all for entertainment purposes and educational purposes. I'm not telling you what to invest and not invest in. So if you make money, send me the money. If you lose money, I'm not liable for your losses. All right. Let's go on the damn. Yeah, tariffs cooking Amazon right now. And then even going back on a weekly chart, man, this is a big bearish engulfing. I don't know the next target. I'm gonna mark this up. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna mark this up. Boom, let's move this bad boy right here. We might see some big pullbacks. And man, look at, you know what's funny? When you clear your chart, your view of the stocks just changes. You know, that's why it's always good to reset and clear. This is all about preparation. Clear your mindset. Because if you stuck up on your old drawings, you're still thinking, you know, from a week ago. I love this level right here. Boom, boom. And then I hope y'all like my analyst, the science, technical analysis, science. That was an okay stream. I low key was tired, but I got through it. I back tested and I got cooked. I low key got tilted when I was back testing, but just gotta do better. You know, it's all about growth. Like I'm not 100% perfect. I still definitely getting, you know, I'm getting my feeling. I'm not feelings, but I try to keep my emotional control down. I'm trying to control your emotions. And trading is all about controlling yourself and your emotions. But look at this gap, and we go back to this daily resistance. Man, my markups are very nice. Not gonna lie. Like, man, I'll be jealous. Like, if you ain't marking up this nice, I'll be jealous, man. But we are down. We went back down into this resistance right here. But this is we got indication right here. So I don't know what price could do. All we could do is just wait and wait for opportunities. Let's go back to Google. Monthly charts looking pretty good, even though we're seeing, yeah, July was a good month for Google, but we've seen pullback last week at the end of the month, and then on a daily chart, not gonna lie, it's not even that bad. We just gapped down after the, let me see, the tariffs. Are there tariffs? No, it's not tariffs. See, that's the thing. I gotta do more research. I'm gonna let y'all do your own research because I'm running overtime right now. I'm running overtime. It's already 12 o'clock. It's the next day. We're not even on Money Sundays no more. It's Money Monday. But another opportunity for Google. I see this level right here. Maybe price pulls back to this level. Boom. And then just look for, I think this week we should be looking for sales. Seeing what the charts, seeing what the, you know, seeing what happened the week prior, and then the tariffs definitely. I know we are a lot of stocks are near all-time highs, and it's okay to see pullbacks. It's okay to see pullbacks. Do not be scared of pullbacks. Microsoft, let's go into the monthly. Oof, Microsoft's been on a killing this past few months, man. And if you invested in Microsoft back in April, you did your thing, man. I know you've seen some returns. Daily, bro, look at this. Bro, prices has been on a tear, even though they're firing the heck out of people. They have more layoffs. Microsoft has layoffs in the gaming, like Xbox and stuff. They've laid off over 15,000 people. That's crazy. That's more than like the whole industry laid off in 2024. So, hey, this is AI, baby. AI taking over your job, and they really, you know, fully pushing that AI. And you know, if you want job security, there's no such thing as job security. That's the thing of the past. In 2025, you better look at, you know, learning a trade, learning how to trade, or learning, you know, a new skill, and, you know, becoming really good at that. Because by 2030, your office job won't be a thing no more. Believe it. Now let's go to NVIDIA, the mothership of chip producing, whatever. Okay, boom. Great month. All-time highs. July was really strong, even though we're seeing a kind of a This candlestick right here, pattern, flying doji at the top. We might see some pullbacks. Let's see. And then right here, definitely, you know, expect some pullbacks. Amazon, you know, right here, boom, continue selling off to here. You know, that's how you gotta be confident. Just be confident in yourself. That's not a thing. With trading, you're gonna test your confidence. You gotta, you know, keep your head up. Boom. All right. Give me 4 hour. Let's see on smaller time frame if we find opportunities. So, not gonna lie, the price gets, I think, above here, give me an alert because that might be a great buying opportunity. But with what's currently going on in the market with the tariffs, we might be seeing bigger pullbacks, you know. And do not be scared of pullbacks. It's natural for it to happen in the market. But that's it for me. Not gonna lie, thank you for commenting, dropping your likes, and being subscribers. Appreciate y'all guys. See y'all tomorrow. Hopefully, you know, I stay consistent and stay locked in. I stream for the first 4 days. Dang, I stream like almost every day. That's fire. I ain't gonna lie. I love putting out content. I love seeing y'all reactions and stuff. But I am out of here. Y'all have a great Sunday. Well, not Sunday no more. Have a great Monday. Deuces. I am out of here. You got the trades. See ya. What do you want to be ya? Hey, stream as ended. Boom.